Hey everybody, this is Patrick. I am the author of Webify Your Business, Internet Marketing Secrets for the Self-Employed. Going to be spending the next 3 or 4 minutes reviewing Chapter 31, Leverage Twitter. 60 chapters in this book, guys. They're pretty short, 3 pages, 4 pages each. Really punchy information, stuff laid out so you can get things done in a hurry. But this is about Twitter, this particular chapter. And Twitter is one of my favorite platforms. You can do so many things with Twitter, and it's probably the easiest place on the internet today for you to build a following. Right? Essentially an opt-in list, people who are giving you permission to speak to them. And a lot of it boils down to a couple of things. We'll get there in a second. But first, there was a study that was done on Twitter just a little while ago, and it determined that over 40% of tweets were mindless babble. Okay, stuff that had no pass-along value. And in fact, it determined that 8.7%, less than 10%, of the tweets that are out there had pass-along value. In other words, anything worthwhile actually passing along to your friends. And that's the opportunity, guys. Because if you actually provide something that's valuable, people like it, and they retweet it, and they tell their friends about it, and you can get followers in a hurry just by doing that. And a good example is I took this book and I summarized it into 300 marketing tips. Really short, juicy little nuggets. And I released them as tweets on Twitter. And each one has a little tip of some piece of advice of how to do something, followed by a link for where they can get the book. So a little bit of value and a link. Tip, link, tip, link. Over and over. And it goes even beyond that because you can put it onto an automated platform, and there's lots of these, but the one that I use is called tweetlater.com, where you can upload these tweets and they go out on a regular basis, either 3 per day or 4 per day, depending on the day of the week, even when I'm not on Twitter myself. Now look, I get criticized about that sometimes, by the way, in fairness. So I have a lot of automated stuff on Twitter that goes out regularly, and I'm busy and I'm speaking a lot, so I'm out of the office a lot, so a lot of times I can't do it myself, and I do get criticized for that. But the bottom line is it's worked like crazy. And right now it's September 2009, and I have about 25,000 followers on Twitter, and it grows every single day. I get over 200 DMs per day. Those are direct messages per day. So it's an amazing platform to reach out and touch your audience. And let's go back to where I started, which is getting that following. There's another third-party platform called Twello.com. And you might think it's silly, right? The whole vernacular of Twitter, the people who use Twitter are called Tweeple, and they write tweets, and they use Twello and tweet later. You know, it's silly in a way, but that's the way it is. So take it or leave it. It's a very powerful platform, and you can use it. So let's focus on that. Twello is like the Yellow Pages for Twitter, and you can do a search for people who use specific words in their profile describing themselves. So you can find people who use the acronym CEO, right? And you can proactively follow all of those CEOs. And the cool thing is that there's a culture on Twitter where if I follow you, there's a good chance you're going to follow me back, or at least check me out. And that's how you can build a following. So if you proactively follow those people, in this example, all CEOs, some percentage of those CEOs are going to follow you back, and now you've got a following of exactly your target market if you're trying to market to CEOs. So there's a huge opportunity there to proactively follow people in your space. You can also look for people who are in your location. So if you're in Columbus, Ohio, you can search for people who describe their location as Columbus, Ohio, or maybe just as Ohio in general. Or California, or Northern California, or the Bay Area, which is where I live. You can search for these things and get that following very, very quickly. And once you have that following, you can start to provide value, right? Demonstrate expertise, make yourself useful in front of that audience, and they're going to appreciate it. And I'll tell you one more thing, which is something that I chose to do. When someone follows me, I have an auto DM set up, an auto direct message, which means that if you follow me, you're going to get a direct message from me. It's automated. And some people hate that, right? A lot of people hate that. But let me tell you what I did, because it's worked. It's worked well, actually. The auto DM says, thanks for following me. If there's anything I can do to help you, please feel free to call me, and I include my cell phone number, and in brackets it says, yes, I'm serious. Now, let me tell you something. I've never had a spam call, not even once. I get calls regularly, on average once every day or two, and they fall into one of two categories. Either they want my help, which is great, right? Or they want to help me, which is also great. I'm eternally optimistic about humanity, and this is a perfect example of why I feel justified in being optimistic about humanity. No one has taken advantage of that offer. They get an auto DM from me when they follow me, and very few of them call me, but some of them do, and it's been a positive experience start to finish. So take it for what it's worth. You can either use it or not. Twitter's a powerful platform. Let me ask you to do a couple of things. First, you can get this book for free. And there's great information. We just covered one of 60 chapters. There's 60 chapters in here, short ones. Just go to this URL right here, and you can sign up to get the book for free. I'll email you one chapter every week for a year. So you'll get it for free, but it's going to take a while. Secondly, if you're watching this video on YouTube, there's a subscribe button up at the top here. I think there's one below as well. If you like the video, subscribe, because then you're going to be notified when I do videos in the future. And believe me, I do a ton of these. And lastly, again, if you're on YouTube, there's a section for comments below the video. I love the comments. They're good for the rankings, and they're also good for the future viewers of these videos. So write a comment if you get a chance. I would appreciate it. Thanks for watching this video, guys. We will see you next time. Bye now.